Hello, welcome to Flex and Flix. I'm one of your hosts, Reno Agia, and this is my younger brother, Austin Agia.
I didn't think I wanted to say my name.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. When I point, you speak.
Okay.
All right. So, boys, season 2 wrap up.
Finale.
Sick episode. Tied everything together. We all wanted certain things to happen. They were coming true, like it was someone's birthday. I just want to jump right in and just say I think the kid's powers are sick. He burnt that chick up like Darth Vader.
Now, I'm wondering if he's just like Homelander or if
I think he's just Cyclops in it.
See, that's what I was starting to think, if he's just a Cyclops.
Because Homelander said when he was young in that episode, he was able to just fly like right away. He tippied boy off the roof and he just sunk like a dead fish.
And his laser seems like it's a fucking, like, Cyclops.
Total
just a
Cyclops. Did you see Homegirl laying down speaking German? Like she didn't know what year it was. She was like Darth Vader.
She was Darth Vader.
But they said she was in like a little holding cell being like kept alive. But she was like kept in a holding cell, kept alive. I guarantee you they fucking...
Yeah, he said in some
puppet her up and
some undisclosed location. She's gonna robotic.
They have metal arms.
But was she all there? She'd be like some Frankenstein.
I know, she was speaking German. She was like, yeah, she didn't know what the fuck was going on at all. That was nuts. But the whole thing, how they played her with the Nazis and everyone hated her and she was from back in the day and this and that, her story came crashing. I thought it was cool how they had that happen. But I wonder what's going to happen with that character now. Do they keep just revamping her to where she just keeps getting more pissed off?
See, because they could have just said she's dead. They could have killed her.
If they said she was alive still, that means she's coming back with some robotic shit.
But at the same time, she's lived forever. So who's to say that this hasn't happened before and she just...
Oh.
Like, who knows?
She lived forever. At the very end, the one girl that makes everyone's heads explode, I thought that she was her for a second until the camera point panned out. And I was like, oh, is it that girl?
You still thought it was Stormtrooper?
At first, just by the way her dark hair was and her eyes and stuff.
Stormtrooper. Now it's Stormfront, but now it's that she's Vader. Stormtrooper.
You just did it. I hope they hear this. Writers.
Stormtrooper.
Put it in. Her burnt up like that because homie, but why couldn't we see it? Why couldn't we see the Cyclops? Is it because they're still holding back his powers? It's just this, I wanted to know what was happening. But it sucks that they killed his mom, but the mom like made Billy like promise that she would like basically take care of him.
Well, see, now what's going on? What's the point of Butcher now? I don't mean I want Butcher, but
he's gonna be part of this team that's gonna take down the whole fucking thing.
He's just still pissed off.
Remember that the whole VOD thing is still going on.
Edgar, he said, I gotta talk to Edgar.
Yeah, because they still want to put all these soups together. So like they still want to use that for military stuff. So obviously there's gonna be some kind of like
because that didn't get stopped at all.
But old Huey Lewis in the news wants to be part of like the little governor team now with the head lady explode. Huey Lewis,
I'm over this guy.
Could you bounce, please?
I'm just tired.
Why couldn't you have been the guy that somebody lasered and you killed?
Why didn't your head explode?
Fresca. The Deep's kind of funny. He's pathetic.
I'm starting to like his character. Now it's getting
kind of funny because he's like, "What the fuck? I did whatever you wanted me to."
I'm starting to not mind him.
No, and could we just get him back in the ocean with the athletic sharks and the whole sperm whale Moby Dick?
Well, see, like when he tried to get mad at the church guy, it was like, "What are you gonna do? All you can do is fight me normally right now. You're not in the water." Like,
well, why would you ever be out of the water if you were him?
I would only live under the water. I would become Aquaman.
I would be in the water the whole time. Like, hey, come out here.
Make some society. He makes friends. He's like, I met this carp over in the Gulf Stream. Like,
well, I would just start taking over the ocean.
Just go hang out over there.
All these shipping things you have? No. I'm going to have 42 sperm whales knock it the fuck over.
Yeah, why isn't he just doing whatever he
Controlling everything and then being like, yo, dude, chill. Let's talk. I'm like, come down here. You got to come down here because I'm in here. This is my world. Why isn't he making it like that?
See, that's how Aquaman kind of becomes in the comics, I think.
But I would...
Okay. You all right?
Yeah. Drink. Yeah.
We have no water.
No. Big mistake. But why isn't he doing something in the water? Controlling shipments, controlling things. I'd have, like I said, an army of sperm whales and killer whales and sharks to do anything I say.
Yeah, he just hangs out on land all day.
And he thinks it's like funny to talk to like these little fish and these little like things like, what did he say? What? Don't give a shit what the lobster said. Go get the fucking creature from down below, have him come up here and say hi to everyone.
A-Train is supposedly back on the team.
Yeah, which he kind of just desperately wanted back on. But is he okay now? Because they said he's running around fine. His heart's okay. So is he getting over the whole?
No, he's not okay. You don't recover from... If you had a heart attack, you're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, but he was pumping himself full of that shit the whole time.
Yeah, but how are you not going to... You're susceptible... How do you say it? Susceptible? To having another one.
I don't know. It's kind of funny to think that, but he's okay. I just hate his uniform. His uniform looks like he bought it at Walmart.
Yeah, he still just looks like a little kid.
It's like,
you look like the little kid costume version.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like...
Where's the real version?
No, are you about to put your own stickers on here and like design your own stuff? It looks like just like... Thanks, Walmart. The A-Train thing is okay.
What else happened?
The CIA lady taking that kid. I wonder where he's gonna go. Were they taking him back to
the mom said, "Don't let him take." But what's Butcher gonna do? Okay, take
and he's
this.
Like, don't be a cunt. That was funny how he said that to that kid. He said that back.
That kind of made me feel like they had a bunch of conversations leading up to that.
It'd be cool if he was a kid to grow up to finally be the first one to stand up to try to regulate all this. Because I feel like all these like super villains or whatever are going to start coming out and kind of running the world their own way.
Well, I think that the Homelander is going to be the first real supervillain.
Yeah, to be like, fuck you.
I think he's going to just turn and be like, I don't give a shit anymore. And his son's going to be like,
I'll burn the fuck out of you.
Son's going to save the day.
I'll burn you.
Mm-hmm.
But can he die in any way, shape, or form?
Who?
Homelander.
Like I said, I've never seen him get cut.
I mean, Superman in like another whole realm, but Superman even had like the whole thing where he.
Well, he had kryptonite.
So
where does Homelander? I've never heard of his.
Homelander has to have some type of kryptonite thing. He can't just be like, perfect.
I'm sure it's there, but they haven't mentioned it, and it's been 2 seasons.
When he came out after killing all those people in that little thing, and he was like, all.
Well, first off, he gave the guy 2. He goes, "Where's my son?" It was like 1, 2. It was like it didn't give him a chance.
Cut his ass in half.
If I was the other guy in the room, I would immediately start telling them. I wouldn't just sit there with my gun. What's your gun doing?
How about Maeve, Starlight, and Psycho? Like fucking,
you can talk, girl.
You can talk and smile now. What do you?
Can you just speak to me, please?
Let's just whatever language you want. Let's just start talking. Wow. But that little trio when they were fighting Stormfront,
they kicked the shit out of her.
But it took all 3 of them. And they couldn't even really finish it. And she left. Remember, it came down. I was like, fuck, I'm all fucked up. Like,
she got out of there in a second.
But then she started choking homegirl like, this is over. I didn't
all right,
shit.
It was really cool how he was hitting her as hard as he could. And she was just like, look at me. Like, look. Like,
look at me.
Like, it didn't even faze her.
No. Wasn't even
how hard she was getting hit. And she was just like.
Off like it was a bounce ball.
That's why I'm wondering if she's going to just grow her limbs back. Or if she's just. That's what her. Because, like, how should she live forever? Like.
Reptile?
Well, like, we were talked about it, I don't think on the podcast, but we said that is she kind of like Wolverine, how he lives for so long and he just regenerates.
But I thought that's what the girl was like.
Who? She's in it in a totally... She, like, breaks bones and stuff.
And it comes all back together like a
yeah,
skeleton.
and like in a second.
And you think this girl's just... She can grow another arm?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Kind of weird.
Well, because it's not a future enough world for them to have robots.
Just plug her up with a whole bunch of fucking robots.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not future enough to have that. It's like nowadays world, in a sense. So that's why I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Because she can't really come out with a real Darth Vader suit. I mean, they haven't shown anything like that, and there's no Iron Man in the.
Bro, they're gonna be able to plug her up with some stuff. She's a sock puppet.
They're just gonna give her gloves and go, it's robotic.
Well, no, they're gonna like put her on top of some like stilt little little things, and she's gonna have some robotic whole body, and then she's gonna be flying around with like half of her face like still like I'm still kind of here. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like some situation like that.
So Starlight's back in.
But her powers suck. She can like.
What does she do?
She can kind of get beat up, and then she like flashes light at you, like I blinded you for a second.
Yeah, like.
And then I got punched.
I still don't exactly, because then when she's around electricity, like she can flicker it, and it's like, but what
do you do?
What is this?
Can't you just harness that into somebody?
Is it electricity or is it just light?
I think it's just lights because everybody's like, I can't see, like a flashbang every 5 seconds.
But no one got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. That's what I didn't like. It was like, bing.
That's why when Stormfront got out of there, they were all looking at each other and was like, oh, yeah, because y'all don't really have any powers.
I was like, you can't really do anything.
All 3 of you.
Yeah.
You can punch each other.
Broke back skeleton lady can like come back, but she can't like do anything.
She was beating the shit out of her though. Every punch that she landed was.
But the Maeve, whatever her name was the same thing.
Well, we knew that the whole time.
But she can't fly.
No, she can just. She can't even jump that far.
That's what I'm saying. She can just like be strong. And
even Wonder Woman could.
That like a little like, tell the truth rope or whatever.
Well, she could jump away really far. Wonder Woman that's when she was fighting what's his name in the Superman Batman movie.
Oh yeah. She can jump like that. But the Maeve girl, her powers are too similar to the other girl. I don't really know what's going on. She's just different. That girl. What else was there?
Little kid. He's actually. I thought that he was going to be an annoying little kid, but he's totally fine. Yeah. How is he annoying?
They give him that like stupid haircut, and they have him like me. I don't know what you're saying. Like give him some more lines. He's old enough. He looks 13 years old. He's acting like he's 9.
Well, he grew up by himself and with his mom.
And like their own little village.
Yeah, that's like when he saw all the people in the crowd. He was like, "Hey."
Well, no, when he was like, "I'm learning," and they're like, "What?" He's like, "My mom said I had to learn." I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with this kid?"
Okay, let's get this kid some friends.
Yeah, and they brought him to some people. And he was like, "Nah."
Okay, too many friends.
But I thought he had powers that he could hear and be like Superman, but he couldn't. He was just all like freaked out. I think he only has the little eye thing.
That's the only power I've seen, and he can't get hurt. But Homelander really thinks
he can do everything like him.
You're me.
Can.
You don't think? Maybe.
Kid has to hit. He just grew up and fly away.
Well, the kid has to hit puberty.
What is that? His balls are gonna drop, and all of a sudden he's gonna be able to.
Well, even in all the comics, that's like when most of the powers happen. Like when Superman got his powers when.
No, Superman was young when he could do everything almost.
Yeah, but then he
was little.
He couldn't start jumping and flying until he got older, though.
Okay, here we go.
What?
True. Homelander Superman. That's
real.
Stupid. I know it's true, but it's like he gets his powers from a total different thing. He gets his powers.
Well, Homelander was in a trained facility to only get what powers does this kid have.
That's true. That's sick. Dang. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think that pretty much wrapped up the season 3. I thought they did a great job for you to be like kind of on your seats on edge for the 3rd season to come out. And
I can't wait.
I don't know when that's even going to be, but it's definitely cool. But there's a lot of other stuff coming out too. Like this Mandalorian that's going to come out the 2nd season. That's going to be really cool. I don't know when Barry HBO
know that they switched
season 3 is going to come out, but that'd be cool. What?
The Mandalorian actor quit. It's a new actor.
No.
He wanted to have more scenes with his mask off, and they were like, "You're the Mandalorian," and he was like, "Well, I want to have my mask off so I can like act." They were like,
"You're acting."
They're like, "But that's not the point of the character," and he was like, "Well, I quit." And so they had got somebody else.
The cool guy that we love.
Yeah, the cool guy.
That's like in a couple of these other little like these other little things we've been watching. He was in that Netflix Narcos thing. You murdered her. You raped her. He was in Game of Thrones as the dancing, capoeira, sword fighting, fucking
Pedro Pascal.
Egyptians. So who's gonna be the guy now?
I don't know. Let me see. Is it fake?
Yeah, it's fake. Bullshit. It's the internet. Believe everything. So I think there's a couple more seasons 3s that are coming out for a lot of other shows, which is kind of cool. So I guess just stay tuned to the next thing. But if you haven't watched The Boys,
yeah, I guess it's fake. It might be fake. It could
probably
be
fake. But I guess if you guys haven't watched The Boys and you're just watching this, definitely go watch the 1st and 2nd season. It's a great show.
I didn't I say it every time, but I did not expect it to be this type of
No, I didn't expect it to be this cool. Like, it's a cool show. Like, relatable.
There's some weird moments, but that's because it's just a
like sexual things.
It's just they're just
like
a little too much.
Sexual things. Like, what's going on with the director or the writer?
Why do you keep putting these
so
really weird,
perverted things in there?
Like really perverted.
Like homie's like.
And you have to like show it.
Like homie's like pleasuring himself at the top of like the building.
Or like whenever they have sex, it's like you gotta see him like fucking in the air.
Yeah, it's I just don't understanding that whole part of it. It's like they try to put like too much like a Games of Thrones feel on there, but even Games of Thrones like had that in the very beginning, and they totally got away from all that naked shit, and everyone still liked the show even more.
Well, it is season 2, so maybe
calm the fuck down.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, the show is definitely a very good show. It's an addicting show. Relatable about a lot of things going on in the world today. Not obviously
definitely something
things.
to watch since there's no more new cool Marvel movies coming out for a while.
No, for sure. In the second season, they definitely have bigger budget because of the season.
Yeah.
Like the scenes are way sicker
way
as far
cooler.
as like all the special effects. So definitely go out and make sure you stay tuned for more for Flex and Flix. I'm one of your hosts, Reno Aguia.
Austin Aguia.
There we go. Stay tuned.
See you next time.